Good early morning, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. I hope everybody's doing well. I was going to create a video on Sunday, but it's early Monday morning, February 19, 2024, and the criminals use radio frequencies to knock me out. But anyway, we're going to get right into it here. I just wanted to show you, the last time we spoke, I mentioned about how high my electric bill was. So now I receive a summary. It's a breakdown of use by, appliance. But I just wanted to show you because you just can't make this stuff up. So from last month to this month, of course, my heating bill increased to $382.24, but guess how much it increased from the previous month. Let me show you. You won't believe it. $66, up 21%. You're kidding me, right? Right. But anyway, yeah, here's my bill. And it was for mostly heating. Right? But anyway, so I also wanted to mention, so on February 17th at 7:28 p.m., there was a helicopter above my house. At 12:17 a.m. on February 18th, the same. And it's 7:36 p.m., another copter, 12:18. So I just wanted to put that out there. I also received a text message from my friend here in Kentucky. There is a video. You have to see it. It's a documentary. It is by Robbie Starbuck and Landon Starbuck, a husband and wife team. They live in Tennessee. It's called The War on Children. It was free this weekend. Elon Musk had it on Twitter, on X. So I don't have a link for it, but it's called The War on Children by Robbie and Landon Starbuck. It's 2 hours plus, and I did watch it today. That's another thing. I didn't intend on watching a video that long, but it was rather engaging, and it's a topic that is interesting to me. Not only the war on children, but with regard to mutilating them at 12 years old, removing their breasts, etc. I highly recommend seeing it if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, if you've got grandchildren, if you're thinking about having children, if you have friends who have children. Watch this. There's also a trailer on YouTube. It's called The War on Children. Okay, so, and then, let's see. So, I received an email about an article on a patent. And let me just scroll up here. So it's a patent US 5507291A. Signals intelligence, brain stimulation for remote neural monitoring, electronic brain link, the capabilities of the NSA operatives using remote neural monitoring, which is RNM, and then signs of being criminally targeted. That's another patent. That's US 6011991A. So, you criminals that are listening to me speak out loud right now, you know what's going to happen to you. We're going to do our visualization, our insect visualization. So here we go. Signals intelligence. Actually, Edward Snowden discussed this in great detail in his book, Permanent Record. It's SIGINT, SIGINT. The signals intelligence mission of the NSA has evolved into a program of decoding EMF waves in the environment for wirelessly tapping into computers and tracking persons with electrical currents in their bodies. And what about the electrical current in our homes, right? Is that why everything shorts out in my house, including my tankless water heater for the second time? Signals intelligence is based on the fact that everything in the environment with an electric current in it has a magnetic flux around it, which gives off EMF waves. The NSA DoD has developed proprietary advanced digital equipment which can remotely analyze all objects, whether man-made or organic, that have electrical activity. So here is the patent, US 5507291A, method and an associated apparatus for remotely determining information as to a person's emotional state. This goes back to 1994. In a method for remotely determining information relating to a person's emotional state, a waveform energy having a predetermined frequency and a predetermined intensity is generated and wirelessly transmitted towards a remotely located subject. Waveform energy emitted from the subject is detected and automatically analyzed to derive information relating to the individual's emotional state. Physiological or physical parameters of blood pressure, pulse rate, pupil size, respiration rate, perspiration level are measured and compared with reference values to provide information utilizable in evaluating interviewees' responses or possibly criminal intent in security-sensitive areas. We need to do this with the perpetrators, don't we? Then there is US 6011991A, communication system and method including brave wave analysis and or use of brain activity. That's 1998. That's 4 years later. A system and method for enabling human beings to communicate by way of their monitored brain activity. The brain activity of an individual is monitored and transmitted to a remote location, for example, by satellite, 5G or 4G. At the remote location, the monitored brain activity is compared with pre-recorded normalized brain activity curves, waveforms, or patterns to determine if a match or a substantial match is found. If such a match is found, then the computer at the remote location determines that the individual was attempting to communicate the word, phrase, or thought corresponding to the matched, stored, normalized signal. Detecting EMF fields in humans for surveillance. A subject's bioelectric field can be remotely detected, so subjects can be monitored anywhere they are. With special EMF equipment, the NSA cryptologists can remotely read evoked potentials from EEGs. These can be decoded into a person's brain states and thoughts. The subject is then perfectly monitored from a distance. NSA personnel can dial up any individual in the country on the Signals Intelligence EMF scanning network, and the NSA's computers will then pinpoint and track that person 24 hours a day. The NSA can pick out and track anyone on the earth. I would imagine that goes for animals too. So then there's a graph here. I'll show you the graph, or here you go. So they're giving you the resonant frequency for each section of the brain. and the information induced through modulation, which would be that sound bypasses the ears, images in the brain bypassing the eyes, phantom touch sense, imposed subconscious thoughts.